Now to our breaking news in the William Tyrrell case, and police have vital new information and potentially a new suspect, which has led to a fresh search of bushland that will begin tomorrow, and it is close to where he vanished. It is now 4 years since the little boy in the Spider-Man suit disappeared from his grandmother's house. For the past few hours, police from Sydney have been arriving into Port Macquarie and will begin their search in the nearby town of Kendall tomorrow. Well, Kimberly Sokov and Andrew Denny are there for us tonight with the exclusive details. Kimberly, we'll start with you. This is a dramatic and breaking development. So what are police hoping to find?
Anything, Sandra, anything at all that will help them to find William Tyrrell. But they are realistic that after 4 years of searching, what they do find could well form part of a report for the coroner. Now, we don't know why they've chosen now to launch this fresh search, but they have just put out a fresh statement saying that it will be a 4-week search for forensic material. Now, this is the first public development in this captivating case in more than a year.
The William Tyrrell investigation might have gone quiet, but it was never cold. And as detectives and search teams set up around Kendall today under Strike Force Rosanne, it's clear they're still looking for him.
Happy birthday, William.
This was the last birthday William celebrated with his parents, his third.
Have you finished?
No, I didn't.
Lick your fingers, lick your hand.
If he's still alive, he'll be turning 7 in a fortnight without them. William was snatched from his nana's garden in Kendall in September 2014 when his mum went inside to make a cup of tea. Sniffer dogs traced his scent to the edge of the property but not beyond. Every home in the surrounding estate has been combed over. Bushland scoured from the ground and air, and waterways cleared. A fresh search starting tomorrow will cover some of the same ground and more. It could take weeks. Since day one, his family have held out hope.
They're just desperate to find him, and I'm just beyond grateful to you all for everything that you're doing.
A $1 million reward to find him hasn't jogged anyone's memory yet. And while everyone in Kendall wants to know what happened to William, police suspect at least one of them already knows. There have been hundreds of people of interest. Some have been ruled out. Others are very much in police sights.
Sandra, it's worth noting that we were tipped off to this search over the weekend, but we've been sitting on this information because there's no way that we wanted to jeopardise this investigation. We've been working very closely with police, and certainly we will be there tomorrow when they mount this fresh search for William Tyrrell.
OK, Kimberly, thank you. Well, Andrew Denny is at the site where police will begin the search. Andrew, what's different this time?
Well, Sandra, it was almost 4 years ago that the search for William Tyrrell started here on Benaroon Drive at Kendall. He was last seen in the front yard of his grandmother's home here behind me, and in the moments after he disappeared, the search logically focused on the street and then, of course, the yards of neighbouring homes, and then it moved to this thick bushland that surrounds this entire area. Now, in those early stages, local police were operating under the impression that this was a lost little boy in the bush, but then, of course, as time wore on, it was obvious that this became something much more sinister, and that's why from tomorrow, this search that could last up to a month will be a forensic one. It'll involve officers from Strike Force Rosanne as well as the Public Order and Riot Squad. Now, police are staying tight-lipped on the exact details of what they'll be looking for, but we do understand they'll be updating media here tomorrow at around lunchtime. Now, this will be the first time in a long time that we've heard from the lead investigator in this case, and that silence has been quite deliberate as his officers have been methodically working away in the background through a mountain of information, working towards a result in this case. Now, we are told that William's family has been made aware of these latest developments, and of course, like so many of us, they are hoping that this will lead to a breakthrough. Sandra.
Indeed, Andrew Denny there, thank you. And just restating new developments in the case of missing boy William Tyrrell.